Good morning, students. Today we are going to see lesson 2, consumption analysis part 2. First we will see explain the law of demand and its exceptions. What is law of demand? The law of demand is nothing but the quantity demanded increases with the fall in price and diminishes with the rise in price. That is, when the price level is increasing, the demand will decrease. When the price level is decreasing, the demand will increase. Level. This is told by Alfred Marshall. Now we will see about the assumptions of law of demand. In the assumptions of law of demand, the income of the consumer must remain constant. That is, his income must be constant to buy a product, and the taste, habit and preference of the consumer remain the same. For example, if you are buying a same product, for example, newspaper or coffee, tea, the brand is same, isn't it? The brand. So you will buy the same brand for the same taste, habit and preference. Next one, the prices of other related goods should not change. That is, if another brand of coffee or tea or newspaper is coming, it must not be changed. The same like this product, you must get it, isn't it? So this will bring a correct demand to the consumers. There should be no substitutes for the commodity in study. That is, should be no substitute means if there is a substitute for the product, what will happen? The consumer will go to the cheaper product or which is getting very easily, he will get it. So there will be a no lack of demand in our own regular product. The demand for the commodity must be continuous. There should not be a break in the production of the product. If there is a break, it will disturb the mindset of the consumer. There should not be any change in the quality of the commodity. This is very important. You buy oil, cooking oil or any other product, eatables or food items, you must have the same quality of the commodity. When there is a change in the commodity of the taste or preference or habit, what will happen? The demand will change. So now we will see about the demand schedule. You see two columns are there, that is price and quantity demanded. First you take the price in rupees, 5 rupees, 4 rupees, 3 rupees, 2 rupees and 1 rupee. Now you see the quantity demanded side. When there is 5 rupees, only one product is bought. When there is 4 rupees, 2 products. When there is 3 rupees, 3 products. 2 rupees, 4 products has been bought. When it is 1 rupee, 5 products has been bought. So when the price level is decreasing, you see the schedule property. When the price level is decreasing, the quantity demand increasing. So as the price decreases, the demand increases. Now we will see the explanation for the schedule. The law of demand explains the relationship between the price of a commodity and the quantity demanded of it. This is the law of demand. That is, comparing the price and the demand, quantity of demand is called as law of demand. This law states that quantity demanded of a commodity expands with the fall in price and contracts with the rise in price. Expands means increasing with the fall in price, and contracts means decreasing with the rise in price. When price level increases, the demand will decrease. In other words, a rise in price of a commodity is followed by a contraction means increasing, and a fall in price means extension in demand, decreasing. Now you see about the demand curve. You see the demand curve. The x-axis is about the quantity demanded, units are there, and y-axis you see price level is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The quantity demanded is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will explain you the diagram. In the diagram, x-axis represents the quantity demanded and y-axis represents the price of the commodity. You see the picture clearly. X-axis tells about the quantity demanded and y-axis tells about the price. Next, DD. DD is a demand curve. You see that red line is a demand curve which has a negative slope. That is, it's falling from left side to right side. That which indicates that price falls, the demand expands. Price rises, the demand contracts. Contracts means demand will come decreasing. Expands means increasing. Now we will see about the exception of the law of demand. Normally the demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. You see the curve here. From left to right. See the DD curve, DD. Demand curve. But there are some unusual demand curves which do not obey the law. Reverse occurs. Reverse occurs means instead of left to right, it moves to right to left. A fall in price brings about a contraction of demand, and a rise in price an extension of demand. Therefore, the demand curve slopes upwards to left to right. It is known as exceptional demand curve. That is, usually the demand curve will be from left to right, but you see here, This is called as exceptional demand curve, right to left. So it is coming reverse curve. Next we will see about the law of diminishing marginal utility with the diagram. What is marginal utility? A total product is there, and addition is made to the product, that is called as marginal utility. When you have for example, a food product, you are hungry, you are eating a product. When you add more and more, what will happen? Your hunger diminishes, isn't it? That is called as law of diminishing marginal utility. The additional benefit which a person derives given increase of his stock of a thing, that is called diminishes with every increase in the already he has. So we will see the assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility. What is the law of diminishing marginal utility? Diminishing means decreasing, marginal means addition, utility means usefulness. As you take a product more and more, what will happen? Your usefulness will decrease. Assumption. Utility can be measured by cardinal numbers such as 1, 2, 3 and so on. The marginal utility of money of the consumer remains constant. Money means the income must remain constant. The consumer should have rational consumers, that is, aim must be attain more satisfaction with minimum expenditure. The price level must be low, but his satisfaction must be fulfilled, and his income must be constant. The units of the commodity consumed must be reasonable in size, that it must satisfy the consumer's wants. It must be make the consumer happy that I needed this product, I got it satisfyingly. Next one, the commodity consumed should be homogeneous, means single or uniform. Same product, that is same product. The product must be unique in character, like same weight, quality, taste, color, etc. You can take this for food items or cosmetics or perfumes or all these things. Next point. The consumption of goods must be take place continuously at a given period. There should not be any break in the production. Then only the demand will go on properly and the supply will be proper. The consumer will get the product properly. For example, if there is a break in the newspaper on a particular day, what will happen? The consumer will be getting hesitated. He misses newspaper and there will be a hesitation in his work. Explanation about law of diminishing marginal utility states that if a consumer continues to consume more and more units of the same commodity, its marginal utility diminishes. When he is taking more and more again and again, what will happening? His usefulness is coming down. I will give the illustration for this point. That is, the law can be explained with a simple illustration. Suppose a consumer wants to consume 7 apples when he is hungry. He wants to consume 7 apples at the time, one after another. The utility from the first apple is 20. So, but the utility from the second apple will less than that of first, say 15. It is reducing to 15. When you are hungry, when you are eating 15 apples. Then it will reduce, isn't it, to 10. So, like that, his utility is reducing. His hunger is going down and down. So, lastly, what will happen? Finally, the utility from the 5th apple becomes 0 and the utilities from 6th and 7th apples are negative. Now we will see in the tabular column. Units of apple. You see 1 to 7. Number of apples. The total utility is 20, 35, 45, 50, 50, 45, 35. So it is increasing and decreasing and coming to the negative point. Now we will see the marginal utility. Marginal utility means the addition. Addition means the first total utility is 20. When 15 is added, it comes to 35. Then 10 is added, it is coming to 45. When 5 is reduced, so it is coming to downward position. Your hunger, the person's hunger is coming down. So minus 5. 50 minus 45 is 5. Then you come to the next point. 50 minus 50 is 0. And next is coming to the negative point. 45 minus 50 is 5, minus 5. And 35 minus 45 is minus 0. So it is coming to the negative point. With this tabular column, you will draw the diagram. The diagram is that, you see the diagram. In x-axis, you have the units. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the y-axis, you have the total utility and marginal utility. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. With that red, you will mark the points and you will draw the diagram. I will give you the explanation for the diagram and the tabular column. In table, we find that the total utility goes on increasing, but at a diminishing rate. You see the total utility and the diminishing rate. in the tabular column. On the other hand, marginal utility goes on diminishing. You see the marginal utility column. It is diminishing. 15, 10, 5, 0, minus 5, minus 10. Came to negative point. This is the rule for the law of diminishing marginal utility. The rule is that when marginal utility becomes 0, the total utility is maximum. And when the marginal utility becomes negative, the total utility diminishes. Now lastly we will see about the criticism of law of diminishing marginal utility. The criticism is that, criticism means the negative point of law of marginal utility is that utility cannot be measured numerically because utility is subjective. Subjective means theoretical. It's not mathematical. This law is based on the unrealistic assumption. Unrealistic assumption means it is not accurate of fact. It's only just an unrealistic assumption. Maybe this or that, maybe that number or this number, like that. Not accurate number is given. No data for this law of diminishing marginal utility. If for example, hunger can't be measured, isn't it? So what is happening? It is unrealistic assumption. This law is not applicable to indivisible commodities. Indivisible means it is not for many commodities. It will take under only for a particular commodity at a particular period. With this, we will stop in this topic and we will start in the next class. Thank you, students. God bless you.